Hello, cocktail enthusiasts. Welcome to the Altos Cocktail Corner. Now, today we're about to embark on a journey into the world of simple yet sophisticated tequila cocktails. With Altos Tequila as our companion, the world is our oyster. Now, there are so many great tequila cocktails out there that you could try out, but we're not going to dive into all of them. That would be a way too long YouTube video. Today, we're going to focus on just 3 easy peasy and utterly delicious mixes. Number 1 is the Tommy's Margarita, number 2, a Tequila Soda, and 3, some delicious fresh fruit margaritas. So get your cocktail shaker ready and let's go. All right, folks, the Tommy's Margarita is one of my all-time favorite styles of margarita, and it's simplicity personified. Yet when mixed right, it's a fiesta in the glass. The ingredients are humble, but when combined, they make an exquisite concoction. The Tommy's Margarita was invented around 1990 by my good friend Julio Bermejo at Tommy's Mexican restaurant in San Francisco. The drink is named after Julio's father, Tommy, and it's also the name of the venue. Let's get going with the Tommy's Margarita. A nice little tip here is to chill your glass. You could do that by putting it in the freezer or fill your glass with ice and just let it stand for a minute or so. We'll come back to that in a second. Now, to assemble it, I'm going to start off with lime juice. It's 1 ounce or 30 mils. Now, Julio, the creator, insists on freshly pressed lime every time, so we're going to follow that rule. And then, second ingredient is agave syrup. I've mentioned this before. This is equal parts of agave nectar with water. And that's 1 ounce or 30 mils into the shaker. Like any good cocktail, I'm going to add 2 ounces or 60 mils. And you could use Altos Plata or Altos Repo. That choice is totally up to you. I'm going to go with the Plata here, 2 ounces. If you wanted a lighter cocktail, you could use less alcohol. And then here comes the fun part. We're going to fill our shaker with ice. This requires a hard and fast shake, as with most cocktails. This is the fun bit. You can see that the tin is icy and frosty on the outside. That's ready to go. Now, I've been chilling my glass. Any excess water has to be removed, so we're going to do that, like so. You could dump everything just straight into a tumbler, but we're going to strain this. In fact, I'm going to double strain this so we have a really smooth liquid. Look at that, beautiful. And then for the garnish, you have the choice to either use a wedge of lime, a wheel of lime, but because I have these wonderful spent limes from the juicing, I'm going to use one of them. We might as well use it up and not let it go to waste. And there you have it, the Tommy's Margarita. Simple, but super delicious. I want to take a moment to look at this Tommy's cocktail. This is in its original form, the real McCoy if you like, but you could zhuzh it up by adding a few slices of some spicy chili. This is a jalapeno. You could add a few drops of some hot sauce in there too. Now, at Tommy's Mexican restaurant, they don't serve it with salt. But if you favor salt, just like we've shown you before, wipe a little piece of lime around the rim of the glass and dip it into your salt. I have some brilliant Malden sea salt, but also there's this great Mexican Tajín, which is a spicy salt lots of bartenders are now starting to use. Anyway, the choice is up to you. I've kept it classic. Enjoy. Actually, you can enjoy another version of this cocktail that's also very easy to make. Stick to the end of the video to know how. Okay, with the refreshing taste of the Tommy's Margarita still tingling our taste buds, let's move on to an elegant drink that's clean, crisp, and tantalizing to the senses. It's the Tequila Soda, sometimes referred to as a tequila highball or Mexican ranch water, when it has a splash of lime. Now, the tequila soda is a drink that exudes sophistication in simplicity. It's the embodiment of less is more. And with Altos Tequila, it's a cocktail revelation. Out of all of the tequila drinks, the tequila soda is the simplest and the quickest to make. Something similar and equally delicious is the Altos Sonic. This is made up of tequila and equal parts soda and tonic. You could also drink a tequila and tonic, which is delicious. With all of these drinks, the garnish is your choice. Totally up to you. You can opt for lemon, lime, orange, grapefruit. It could be a slice or a zest. Or you could jazz it up with your favorite sprig of herb. This is only going to take a minute, trust me. Okay, let's make this delicious tequila and soda. I've got my highball here. This is a nice tall glass. If you've got a highball, great. If not, use the closest thing. And then fill it with ice. Okay, so when I say fill, that's all the way to the top, and then you could choose Altos Plata or Reposado, totally down to you. I'm going to go with Altos Plata, 60 mils, that's 2 ounces, poured over the ice into the highball. And then the water part, or the soda part, now you could try with lots of different styles of sparkling water and soda. They're all slightly different, have different levels of fizz, but you want something that has lots of bubbles like this. At this point, I would add another little ice cube, like so. And with my lime wedge, give it a good squeeze. So I'm just going to protect and then drop that in, give it a few rotations. Like so. This is a really simple drink, but it's perfection in a glass. The beauty of this drink is that you still get the delicious Altos Tequila notes. Zero sugar has been added to this drink, and the sparkling water is keeping you well hydrated. Now let's transition from the effervescence of a tequila soda to a very different style of cocktail that has the addition of rich fruity notes. We're going to be talking about a couple of examples of fruit margaritas. I've chosen my favorite expression, which is the Blackberry Margarita. Get ready to add a splash of color to your cocktail adventure. Let's go. So the fresh fruit margarita, we have a few options. I'm going to be making the shaken version, but you could also make a slushy or frozen margarita. We'll talk about that later. The other option is that you could serve it on the rocks like that, or you could serve it straight up, which is what I'm going to show you. And again, I'm using this lovely coupette glass. So let's get that one ready and start building the cocktail. Now, the first thing we need is our fruit. So I'm showing a Blackberry Margarita, but the same formula works with strawberries or any other kind of soft fruit. So depending on the size and the quality, you want about 4 blackberries. So that goes into my shaker glass, and with my trusty muddler, I'm going to just press all of those juices out of there. This is really, afterwards, the same recipe as the Altos Margarita. So I'm going to copy that recipe from before. I'm going to put in 1 ounce of agave syrup, that's 30 mils, and remember that's agave mixed with water. And then the same amount of freshly pressed lime juice, so 1 ounce or 30 mils. And then lastly, the hero of the show, Altos Plata tequila. And that is 60 mils or 2 ounces. So very close to what we saw before, but with the addition of the fresh fruit. And as with always, we are topping this up with ice cubes. And then I'm going to close the shaker. Another option is that you could go for a salt rim. We've looked at that before. In the case of today, I'm going to just serve it straight up without any salt. So here's the fun bit again. Nice, hard, fast shake. I can see that that's icy cold and it's time to open up the shaker. And now we're gonna carefully strain. In fact, I'm double straining using a fine strainer everything into our divine coupette glass. Doesn't that look great? So one simple twist using some fresh fruit and we've got a completely different drink. And it just leaves me to garnish, and I can use one of these large blackberries and I just cut a little slit in the fruit. Same applies for any fruit that you use, and that sits on the edge of the glass. There we have it, the fresh fruit margarita. This one is the Blackberry Margarita. And if you want more tips to make the best Blackberry Margarita cocktail ever, don't miss the end of the video. Wait a second, there's more. If you're looking for a lighter option, we have the Skinny Margarita waiting for you. Check the link in the description below for a dedicated video on this low-calorie delight using Altos Tequila. It's a treat you don't want to miss. With Altos Tequila, creating memorable cocktails is easy peasy. And our journey today has unveiled the simplicity and versatility of tequila in crafting delightful drinks. The best part, it doesn't end here. In the description box, you'll find a link to an article featuring 10 easy tequila cocktails to keep the cocktail magic going. Also, as I said earlier in this video, you can enjoy a spicy version of the Tommy's Margarita cocktail and learn how to make it through the link to our Tommy's Margarita mix. It's right below. And for tips on how to make the best Blackberry Margarita cocktail ever, there's another link. It's just below the Tommy's link. We have a huge list of amazing episodes lined up for you, so hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and stay tuned for more cocktail escapades. Until next time, keep shaking and stirring and let the good times roll. You know, it's super easy to make these quality drinks at home with Altos. Try it and let us know how it goes.